reorganizing FDC for struggle. For what? To regain our country. We are not reorganizing FDC primarily to get jobs in the Museveni's government. No. We want to reorganize the party to join with all other Ugandans to regain control of the country. And we shall regain control of the country by the grace of God. So, ladies and gentlemen, even after we create for ourselves the home we call ours, we must mobilize and unite with all Ugandans of whatever party description, provided their agenda is to regain control of the country. In other words, regaining control of the country is not a partisan project. Are we together? Even if you have no party, even if you are a doctor in the hospital, even if you are a soldier in the military, you are a policeman, it is your duty to regain control of the country. I mobilize, I call upon your soldiers of NRA, where I fought. We didn't fight for family rule. Wherever you are, stand up and we liberate our country. This country must go back to the hands of Ugandans. And as I wind up, because as I have said, time is gone, people are hungry. I would like to tell you my own view, what I see ahead. What I see ahead, some people think that the 20 years were wasted. No. We didn't arrive where we were going, but the 20 years have already broken down what was the system of Mr. Museveni. It is wobbling all over the place, waiting for us to push it. Are we together? Today, Mr. Museveni can hardly pay his workers. He can't. In fact, this budget, they said they have passed a budget in Parliament. All the money he hopes to get in taxes will not be enough to pay interest alone on the debts he has. All our taxes, they want to collect this year 31 trillion. That's what they have put as a target for taxes this year. But the money they have to pay in interest for the loans they have already consumed, they need 34 trillion. So they must, and they will not be able to collect the 31 because we don't have it. Even if they kill us, we don't have it. So they will not collect the 31. You have seen the shopkeepers rioting. The shopkeepers can't pay the taxes. So they will not collect the 31. But even if they collected the 31, they will need to borrow another 3 to pay interest on the debts. So they will, after borrowing 3, taking our taxes, they will remain at 0. So all the salaries they have to pay the policemen, the soldiers, the RDCs, the ministers, the MPs, all the salaries this year, we are going to borrow them. They will have to borrow everything they spend this year. And they were borrowing abroad. The people abroad have told them, go away, we are no longer lending to you. So now the only place they have to borrow from is, so we are closing in on them when they have no capacity to defend themselves any longer. The police here, all these police vehicles you see have no fuel in them. They don't. If you go to the police station, it is you to buy the paper on which to write. The police is stuck. Everyone is stuck. So ladies and gentlemen, they got to that situation because we have maintained the pressure on them all these years. Our fight has not been in vain. What needs to be done is to finish it up. We just need to finish it up. So we are dealing already with someone who is finished actually. And you know, once you become weak, this is the law of nature. Everybody wants to displace you, isn't it? So now, the people in the Museveni's palace, they now see a weakling there. And you have seen already they are fighting to replace him while he is still walking. You know, so there is a war even going on within there because the power itself is weak. It's become very weak. So, ladies and gentlemen, this, I think I heard they are talking about 6 months to wind up FDC, 6 months to bring the new formation. You have another duty within the 6 months. I think within those 6 months we must do everything in our power to make sure that the new formation is in a new environment altogether. Are we together? Not a new formation in prison also. And it's possible. So I walked around all the regions recently, mobilizing people to organize themselves. Rebuild the power train. Rebuild power train. Rebuild on the ground power train. The young people especially. This struggle is for the young people, not for me. I am in the evening of my years. I am only fighting on your behalf. Not for myself. I have nothing to keep myself. But I have given you the answer I still have. But as they say, the closest relative of the dead person is the one who touches the most problematic place on the dead person. Are we together? So if we are fighting the young people stand up and be counted. Get up and we remove this nonsense and we reorganize our country. Yes, in the transition, after these have gone, one of the activities of the transition will have to be reconciling the country. The country definitely will need to be reconciled. There is a lot of hatred amongst ourselves, which needs to be processed so that we become one Uganda, one people. That is for the transition. For now, the young people. And the young people, if you hear anybody talking about an opposition person, whether FDC or not, as your enemy, know that that person is an enemy. Are we together? Doesn't matter. That's why we had here the different political formations. They are and I must, in that regard, I didn't see the National Unity Platform people here, but I am glad we have been in touch. Their leaders are in Canada, they have been in the US, but they sent us a significant financial contribution to whatever we are doing here. They are together with us, and we must remain together with everybody who is fighting to cause change. They falter in all places, even in FDC, as you have seen, there are people who want a shortcut. In every place you will find shortcutters. We must not be diverted by those. We must keep on moving together with anyone who wants change, who is ready to fight for change. Time is now. The junta is weak. We are strong. Let us move and close the deal. Tuchigale. Tuchigale. Kisera chituse. Time is up to close the deal. People are tired. Let's close this deal. So thank you so much. You know, I think I talked about ending fear, but I didn't talk about the other elements that has stopped us to. I didn't talk about the other elements that have stopped us getting where we are going up to now. Apart from fear, the second most dangerous enemy we okay? Apart from fear, the next most dangerous enemy is because I told you that our wealth was captured by Mr. Museveni and his family. Everything is the controller of our money. Are we together? So he's now using that money to control us. It means if we have to fight to overcome him, we must overcome the temptation to be controlled by. Are we together? It's a struggle. I've been telling young people here, sometimes you invite them from Makerere. You say, come and we meet at Katonga. They say, we don't have transport. To come from Makerere to, does one need transport? If you are to get free, you must sacrifice. Are we together? Even Museveni to reach State House, we were together in the bush. He used to walk hundreds of miles on foot. 100. Bitten by mosquitoes. Rain comes, you have no protection. Anything. You pass through difficulties to reach where you want to go. Are we together? We must overcome money. Because it was part of the problem, we couldn't even, part of the postponement of this delegates conference was because we had no money. But if we resolve that we are here to fight, whether we have money, whether there is food, whether there is not, you tighten your belt until you get where we are going. Are we together? So those, please, those, but Nzendwala Arusa, I can't manage. We respect your problems, step aside. Okay? Step aside. Where we are is tightening belts and we move. If I collapse, there is no time to all come back, cry, or we have lost someone. No. Continue, finish the job. We shall sort out the burials later. Let us move on to the problem. Thirdly, apart from money and fear, propaganda of the regime. Propaganda. They get something, they circulate it. Before you know, even yourself, you are repeating their propaganda. Are we together? Recently, you had this gentleman who has just died, Tamale Murundi. He said, shortly before his passing on, he said, Besigye, I am the one who tied the Equatorial Hotel on him. I designed that, he's the owner of Equatorial Hotel, and that was part of the narrative to say Besigye is very rich. He's actually the same as he's working with Museveni. And they drummed up that, start saying maybe You never know. So propaganda, we must be aware of propaganda. And if you get something, please verify. Try to verify, not to spread their propaganda. Are we together? Their propaganda is to cause a mistaken belief that they will be solving your problem. Like they are now drumming up parish model, you are going to get money, parish model. Everybody knows parish model will be like Ntandikwa, like Emioga, like Bonabagagawale. It is the same, but they create a new name, drum, and you find our people so waiting that there is going to be a solution. So we must defeat propaganda, and finally we must defeat divide and one Uganda, one people. GEN.MUSEVENI is going back home. God bless you.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Another round of applause for him.